I quit.
Please start the episode like that.
I just started recording when I said I quit. So
good. Yep. Welcome back to the Lousy Joe.
Wait, hey, you're getting ahead of yourself again. I need a beep from you now that I'm recording.
You said you quit.
So why are you still doing the show?
Did you not hear what I said?
No.
Welcome back to the Lousy Joe.
Oh,
I'm Joe.
Fucker. Say beep, bitch.
Beep.
That's how we say
I mean,
goodbye.
he did say
it's not the
quit.
best, but it works. So,
He did say he quit. I'm
about to actually quit.
at this point. You fired me and quit in the same night.
This show's just over.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Y'all have a good night.
Apparently, I had that power. I didn't realize.
I didn't
Just
either.
all along.
Yep.
I
I'm just going with the flow here, dude.
Yeah, I'm president and CEO apparently.
Stamp it, mark it, fucking congressional.
No, please don't. I can't do this shit on my own.
I'm back, guys. I don't know. I guess I'm here now.
Yeah, you're
fired and
welcome.
rehired in what, 7 minutes?
I rehired you. Yep. Because I apparently have that power.
This reminds me of those
oh shit. Yeah, there we go. All right, I fixed it. So
I don't know where we're at this point. I've been fired, rehired.
We
Sam
had technical
quit.
issues. Yeah.
Technical issues. What would a lousy show be without lousy shit happening?
We've been too good lately.
Yes, we have.
So
it's the
we
intro.
Yeah.
Dude, that new title fucked us. It's bad juju.
Yep. We don't like juju.
Roll the old one. No, the whole firing, rehiring thing reminds me because if you don't follow us on TikTok, go follow us on TikTok.
Yep.
I love listening to Reddit stories as well on TikTok, and it's the ones where it's like if you don't come into work, I'm gonna fire you, and they actually fire him. And he's like, "Oh my god, this place is burning down. Please come help us." Okay, I'll come back for triple my salary, guaranteed 2 months PTO each. It's things like that.
Yeah.
Here are my demands, Sam. I need you to understand. I want you to actually triple my salary.
Oh,
yeah, and then I also
salary.
I
don't.
Hey Sam, I have something to tell you.
I've been skimming not just off the top, the entire thing.
You haven't seen a single cent, buddy.
Nope.
Appreciate all the work you do.
Now I actually quit.
I wouldn't be that shitty. There's no way in the world I could be that shitty. Ever.
No.
But you know who can be shitty?
Who's that?
People who don't subscribe. Come on now. Why?
There's a lot of you that haven't. So I'm gonna need you to go down there, click the button. It's free.
Yeah. And then you won't be shitty.
You don't want to be shitty, do you?
This is the most aggressive way for us to tell somebody to subscribe ever. But really, subscribe to the channel. We greatly appreciate everybody. All the lousy listeners out there, we love you to death. Thank you so much. And also, while you're here, if you are part of the lousy listeners and you have yet to do so, highly recommend joining the Discord.
Yep.
Links in the description. A lot of fun. Had some new members coming through. It's growing. We love it. We actually, as of recording this, just put out a post for something that we want you all to be a part of.
Yep.
And depending on, when this comes out, the post may still be active. We'll see, likely, potentially. You should go in there and drop your own comments.
Yeah. Or just join and say hi.
That too.
We'll say hi back. And then everything will be cool.
Mostly you with a GIF. Yeah, you like your GIFs.
I like my GIFs. Yeah. That's my primary form of communication.
It is.
That's my entire resume too right now, actually. It's just a GIF. It's just please.
Please. Oh my god. You know what? Let's dive into today's topic because I'm very curious to see how this is going to shape up, especially with what we do.
Yeah.
And the trajectory for our show. I'm very intrigued to hear your thoughts, and also we are very intrigued to hear your comments because, especially for something of this nature, you all are directly impacted by this as viewers, as subscribers, as continued support for the show. It's gonna be very interesting to see how you all respond.
Yeah,
so
we definitely like to hear your opinions on this one, because it's a little bit of drama, a little bit of back and forth on some stuff. So
yep. Sam, why don't you go ahead and tell the people what we're talking about today?
Yeah, so basically what sparked this, Joe sends me a screenshot of a tweet actually from KSI on screen now. Thanks. Yeah, I've been working on it. Been saying we have a winner right after it too. It's been crazy.
I didn't even see your mouth move.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, no filter, bro. That just came off the top of the dome.
Bro, they don't know what the fuck we're talking about either.
No,
it's just us fucking giggling at an inside joke from fucking over 10 years ago now. God, we're 14, 15 years ago now.
Yeah, definitely.
It's been a while. Anyway. Oh, holy shit, that's funny.
We have a winner. Anyways, continue.
Yeah. So yeah, KSI had had put out a tweet, which was originally about Marquez Brownlee, which if you don't know who that is MKBHD, huge, I'd say probably one of the biggest tech influencers of all time.
Easily.
Put out great videos. I subscribed to him for a long time. But basically the whole tweet was about MKBHD had put out a high quality wallpapers app. There's a free version, there's a paid version. Paid version is $50. I believe for an annual subscription. Yeah, which $50 a year, break that down over 12 months, a little under a certain amount of money. I'm not doing the math right now. A little under $5 a month, basically. And a lot of people did not like that very much. And really have kind of started a whole thing about canceling Marquez over that. And the tweet was actually KSI's response. So I'm not going to read out the whole thing. Like I said, it was on screen just a little bit ago. But basically, so yeah, that's what we're talking about. It's that, and then just overall the landscape of YouTubers and influencers putting out some sort of, product or service or whatever, and how people react to that.
Yep.
Overall. So I guess to start off with, what would your reaction be to seeing that app and the price point behind it?
I think I have to address the obvious.
What's that?
You have two very distinct parties in this realm when it comes to apps like that. People who will pay and people who fucking won't. The problem I have is a couple things. One, and I this is going to kind of go like rabbit trail a little bit for some things we talk about in this whole scenario, because MKBHD is, like you said, a tech genius in most circumstances. Like his YouTube channel is one that I know you and I both reference for tech related items, up and coming tech, things like that.
Yep.
I just want to start by saying, bro, why a wallpaper app? Like,
that makes sense for him, honestly.
I don't know. Does it? Like,
yeah, it makes a lot of sense, especially if you go back. 99% of what he does is phones. He does other things, but phones are like his biggest bread and butter. That's what got him started doing like a lot of iPods, iPhones, Android phones, things like that. He's always had a very particular kind of aesthetic when it comes to how he frames up his shot. He's meticulous about these tiny little details that just add a little bit of spice, right? And a lot of people really like that aesthetic. And I've said before, like, and I remember seeing his comments for years, or just like, bro, please, like, where's that wallpaper from? Tell me where you got the wallpaper. I love your wallpaper. How do I get it? And so when your biggest thing for 10 plus years is, hey, where'd you get that wallpaper on all of your, highly viewed phone related things, it makes sense that you can. I'm not sure. I haven't really looked into it. I don't know if he's curating or if he's designing. I'm assuming, or if he's just paying licenses to artists or what. That I'd like to. Be an interesting deep dive to do. We'll do that off camera because I don't think it's super relevant at the moment. But his whole thing is delivering extremely high quality videos. I mean, and then that's also going into like the resolution of his videos. He's gone red 8Ks for I don't know how long. So he goes super high quality. And so it doesn't surprise me at all that he comes out with a high quality app or high quality wallpaper app for phones.
Yeah, when you put it that way, it makes sense.
Yeah,
it does make sense. Then that brings me to the original point: is you have people who will pay it and people who won't.
Yep.
Right. I know for me, I mean, I use my phone for everything. Like, I mean, for business, for pleasure, for fun, for navigation, for different levels of note taking and reminding, for all kinds of purpose and communication, no matter the app. I'm typically one to shy away from purchasing an app unless I see that it can truly change my workflow for the better.
Yeah.
Prime example, and this is an app that you and I both have used for quite a while. CapCut. CapCut Pro. I'll pay for CapCut Pro.
Yeah.
Why? Because for the that's how you edit these. For the longest time when I was doing my own thing, that's how I was doing all my clips. It's a beautiful tool to use, right?
Yeah.
But we'll use the topic at hand, wallpapers. What's the wallpaper app I use? It's the same one that a lot of people do.
Zedge, I'm assuming.
Zedge.
Yep.
Free.
Yeah. Kind of.
You get free options.
Yeah. So
you don't have to pay to download it. You don't have, like, it's there's a free level to it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Now I've gotten to the point where I just follow Twitter pages, for that, like, where I'm like, cool. Like, you have artists who are just like, I just knocked this out for fun. Here, y'all can have it. Phone background. Yeah. So when it comes to wallpaper, I'm not going to be the one to immediately jump at paying for something like that.
Yeah.
But I get why people would, because again, if your phone is your centerpiece, which let's all be fair and good here and understanding that we live in the day and age where this lovely little device right here is connected to our hip. It's a piece of us. Like, when you leave your phone, you feel like you left a piece of yourself behind. That's just how it works. But even still, that doesn't call for concern to cancel someone over something you don't agree with.
No.
I do want to go back and reference this tweet real quick because, as you all know, everybody, I've talked about this before. I love watching Sidemen, so I've been watching KSI for a very, very long fucking time.
Yeah.
Future Sam, pop the tweet back up for a brief moment. I want to read this. What happened to YouTubers, man? I can't not say anything anymore. This is selling stuff for the sake of making money. Simple. How does this benefit their fans? This is selling crap to kids who don't know better than to trust the people who are selling it to them do better. That's all in quotes. KSI's comment to that is, some dumbass YouTuber said this exact same thing to me the other day. Rather than complaining, crying, and trying to cancel a YouTuber for creating a product, here's an idea. If you don't want or like a product, just don't buy it. Simple.
Yeah.
At what point did we fucking forget that?
I honestly don't know. At all. This has been a problem for a bit now, that somebody will come out with something and they'll be like, well, I think it's dumb, so why should anybody else buy it? It's like, you're not the only opinion out there. There are people in so many different walks of life that will want different products and services that you might think are the dumbest thing on the planet, but it's a want and a need somewhere. And if somebody wants to capitalize on that, fucking go for it. And
that brings it to the same level that we were talking about with us.
Yeah.
So for us, we're simply a podcast. I mean, here's the truth of the matter. Actually, I'm gonna pull the comment up real quick because I thought it was fucking hilarious. Give me 1 second here because this is directly on our channel. That I mean, I giggled. I definitely giggled. Let's see. Going here, go there, go to comments, and make no mistake, we will throw a screenshot up. Let's see. Oh, come on. Oh, I gotta go past all the am I the asshole stuff here.
Just a few.
Just a few. And if I can't find it, I'm gonna paraphrase it, so I apologize. This is me being a lousy, proactive individual for something that just sparked in my brain right before I was gonna say anything. All right, I can't find it. If you can find it while I'm talking, cool. So long story short, the actual comment was along the lines of someone actually basically like in our comments, quick reviewing our show.
Oh yeah, I saw that one. Yeah.
Yeah. And I giggled at it because I was just like, that's the fact that someone took the time to do that was funny as shit.
Yeah.
But they really did boil it down to the fact that we are simply a podcast. We are simply a podcast who also does Reddit readings for Am I the Asshole and Reddit readings for Tfue. Why? It's a very simple reason. Sam, I think you'll agree with me. Because we fucking have fun doing it. Like,
ultimately, that's why we do this.
Yeah. The fact that you all enjoy watching it blows our fucking minds all the time. But we thank you nonetheless.
Yep.
But at the end of the day, that's why we do it. But even as a simple podcast, we have been asked time and fucking time again, hey, are y'all ever going to drop t-shirts? Are y'all ever going to drop merch? Are y'all ever going to do anything outside of that? Maybe even extra content? We're always cooking up ideas. But it brings to the question, what if we were to sell something? You know, like it puts in perspective for us as YouTubers going, as podcasters and YouTubers, you see a lot of podcasts nowadays who automatically really don't even sell their own products. They just market other products who go into mid-rolls or pre-rolls or things like that. But it puts in perspective, like, what if we were to sell something, right? Why does it matter if we sell something? As long as it's not a product that's going to hurt somebody or it's not a scam. Shout out Logan Paul. You know, if we if we're not trying to like scam or ruin people, what's the point? Yeah. I don't see where MKBHD's app is ruining people. Again, do I agree with paying for a wallpaper app? No. But does that mean I'm going to go fucking, you know, post up outside of his headquarters and be like, fuck this app? No. Like, it makes no sense to me in the grand scheme of why we're trying to cancel him.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't remember. What are your thoughts here? Because I genuinely can't make sense of why someone would want to do that.
Yeah, I don't know either. I mean, yes, it's a very niche thing to put out, but it fits him perfectly as far as my explanation of that earlier. And typically the people that, you know, watch you will have, at least a few of them will have a similar, whether it's an aesthetic or anything else like that, just a similar mindset to that. And yeah, a lot of people have kind of forgotten that they're not the only opinion. They're not the only voice. If you want to make your voice heard, go for it. But you don't need to go to the level of going to Microsoft and being like, your product, I think, is dumb because because Sony already makes one. So why are you doing that? You're just trying to make money. Yeah. At the end of the day, everybody's just trying to make money. If you're not trying to do it in a shitty way, then that's a good thing. But if you're as you mentioned, Logan Paul, or what immediately came to mind for me was the whole Belle Delphine thing. Like that, there are people that have abused that kind of relationship between influencer and influencees. But MKBHD has always been somebody that really picks his sponsors carefully. He doesn't take money for some shitty mobile game. It's usually going to be something in relation to the product he's reviewing.
Yeah.
Or, just in relation to electronics and tech in general.
Yep.
And now he's expanded onto the whole like car side as well with autofocus, which has been super cool. So yeah, is $50 for a wallpaper app seem a little ridiculous to some people? Sure, but it also seems a little ridiculous to spend, thousands of dollars on pack openings for FIFA, for example. Like I don't get that personally. But people need to chill the fuck out on this one especially, because there's some problems with it, and there was another problem with it too. Based off of his response, I actually pulled up his tweet responding to
I've got it up as well.
Yeah, the whole fiasco, and I'll go ahead and pop that on screen now. And basically what he said, I'll read this one. As part of building in public, it's getting mass feedback immediately, which is pretty dope. Almost exactly like publishing a YouTube video. First thing we're doing is fixing the excessive data disclosures. So basically, whenever you download an app, it tells you what disclosures, what information you have to give it for it to function. And there were some concerning ones. So I'll give them, I'll give some credit to the not the allegations, but to the concern behind that, because it was asking for location, internet history, things like that. And he's like, we didn't mean for that. That we need to fix that real quick. And so that's what he put in the tweet here. First thing we're doing is fixing the excessive data disclosures, as people rightfully brought up. For transparency, we never actually asked for your location, internet history, etc. The data disclosures that everyone is screenshotting is likely too broad and largely driven by what the ad network suggests. Working to fix that ASAP. As far as pricing, I hear you. It's our own personal challenge to work to deliver that kind of value for the premium version. Weekly Friday drops are already starting. I'll also be dialing back ad frequency for the free experience. Much more to come. I appreciate you all. So taking the feedback, addressing it directly, tweaking the things that need to be tweaked, and then just being like, shut the fuck up on the price. Because on it, it's $50 a year. Like I said, it might seem like a crazy amount, but it's less than $5 a month for continuously rotating wallpapers. So I kind of get it, but I personally won't be purchasing it.
Hey everyone, thanks for watching the video so far. While you're here, click the subscribe button to become a Lousy listener, and also click that join button. For $2.99, you can have access to exclusive emotes and also get some cool features like interacting with Joe and I. Also, click the link in the description to join our Discord. Back to the video.
I think this all boils down to something that genuinely needs to be shut down, but I'm afraid it never will be. It's cancel culture at its finest.
Yep.
Because we have grown as a society to believe that while everyone's opinion should be heard, it doesn't mean it's the end all be all. And the problem you have is you have a lot of very loud voices on large soapboxes. But when you zoom out, that group of people is small.
Yep.
Everyone else is just like, yo, this is actually pretty dope. I'm not gonna lie. This is actually kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
But it's those loud voices that start convincing other people. Oh yeah, no, he's trying to screw us over. He's to cancel him. People getting canceled before we even get a chance to even see what they did wrong.
Yeah.
Like, I can't begin to explain how many times I see on, not just on Twitter, but on the internet in general, someone else is getting canceled over an allegation with zero substance behind it, and you have an entire firing squad ready to end them.
Yep. Very much a shoot first, ask questions later kind of
kind of
approach.
Fucking Wild West.
It should be allegation is made. All right, what's the proof? Well, I don't have proof. Well,
all right, next.
Eyewitness testimony is bullshit in a lot of scenarios.
Yeah, I agree, and
not in all, but in a lot.
In situations like this is uncalled for. It's absolutely uncalled for, because any good entrepreneur who's going to provide something, and also I do want to say I really like what you said, where you're like, we live in a day and age where you want to make money, so just go fucking make money, right? It really is like, as long as you're not fucking people over.
Yeah.
the best way to put this is, and I know it's going to sound shitty, get off your ass and invent something.
Yeah. Well, actually, just today I saw a TikTok, and it's about somebody that had lost their job during COVID, and they were like, I need to make money. And so what they did, they found a niche, and it is a niche. They will design Halloween and, autumnal setups for like front porches for houses and take pictures of it. And she'll charge anywhere from $300 to $1,200 per house. And she's done it now since COVID. And she's up to she's got 10 designers, delivery people, she's making millions every year for the arguably. And now for us, this, this might be a male take here, but for arguably one of the dumber things to do, which is putting all the autumn shit out like that. My wife might disagree, but she would want to do it herself. But it's like, just because it might seem dumb to somebody doesn't mean that it's a bad idea overall.
Mm-hmm.
There's somebody that's going to want to take advantage of your service if you provide a good product or provide a good service. And if that person thinks it's good, great. That's all that really matters at the end of the day, and that you're not hurting anybody. So people need to get more creative, I think, for sure.
I agree entirely. Like you have so many people out there who are just ready to bitch about something, but not actually trying to create something of their own.
Yep.
It's like, if you're that mad about it, go fucking make your own and make it better. Mm-hmm. Use this as a stepping stone for innovation. Like, don't use this as a purpose to shit on someone else and try and bring everybody down to a low level. Allow individuals who are trusted individuals like MKBHD to set the tone, and then you chase that motherfucker down and surpass him and keep that stepping stone going. Why? Because that's how progress is made. That's how we continue to progress as a society. Even is like I wish I could remember who fucking said it. It was a quote, and I don't want to paraphrase this, and it's not some bullshit where it's like I said this. It was an actual quote of when we lost our way of innovation, right, and creation, to move to a society that belittles creators, we failed. And that's what's happening. Mm-hmm. I think back to when you and I were in school, and it was like the 90s, even before that. Innovation, technology. The 2000s was insane for technology, dude. The phone boom, the MP3 player boom, cars, like televisions, computers, all this stuff was just, the technology boom was fucking insane in the late 90s and 2000s. And then we get in the 2010s, and it's almost like everyone was like, we're good.
There was still some innovation. It's just, instead of an exponential growth, it more plateaued a bit. Yeah. But
you saw this massive boom, and then we just flattened. That's like when you see people like, and I know I'm going to say a very, very, what's the word I'm looking for here? A very debate sparking name. I'll just say it that way.
Controversial.
Thank you.
Yeah. There you go.
I need more coffee. Let me be honest. Elon Musk. I know Elon is one of the most hated individuals in the world right now, but I love what Elon's doing.
Yeah.
Because even for the space nerd in myself, I would love to travel to space one day. That's, if we help me do that.
Yeah.
But he is recognizing innovation needs to continue, that our footprint doesn't stop here. And he's continuing to push the envelope. Political stance aside, he is doing everything he can amongst his engineers to continue jettisoning SpaceX to make more of a commercial flight system for people like you and I to go to space. He wants to be able to go to other planets. He wants to make interplanetary travel more than just an afterthought, which is massive. It's individuals like that we need. We don't need the Jeff Bezos of the world. We don't need you trying to fucking create the next Amazon. What we need is for you to go, okay, well, Jeff Bezos made Amazon. Elon's got SpaceX. We got fucking Bill over here with Microsoft. What's the next big motherfucking thing? Let's chase after it. Like, stop limiting yourself to the afterthought of, well, it's almost unattainable because they're billionaires, so they can do whatever they want, and I can't. No, you fucking can. It's not going to be tomorrow.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
at the same
start
fucking
off billionaires.
No. Have you seen the picture? The origins
Like
versus where they are
Amazon,
today?
Google, all of them. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's,
dude.
It's always in a garage or a shed. Like,
Yep. I love the one of Amazon. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. Jeff Bezos is probably an asshole in some right and degree.
most rich people
And-
have to be at least a little bit of an asshole, right?
Yeah.
Like,
And I don't necessarily agree with how his fucking factories are run, but at the same time, it's like, hey, I mean, not my place. I could go innovate something better. You know, I'm not going to cancel him because he's got basically sweatshops for factories. Like, I'm just going to be like, all right, dude, you know what? I think humanitarian here. Let me go find something better for that. But all that aside, you know, you have to not shit on the other people climbing with you.
Yeah.
Right? You want to aim for above them, but don't fuck over the people that like MKBHD along the way who goes, to your point, like you said earlier, something that would benefit his viewership and not fuck them over. He addressed the problems and is fixing them. He's making sure that they see the full transparency. Let the man make his money.
Yeah. I mean, plus he's doing free and paid, you know, it's not like it's got a paywall behind it for the entire thing. There's
Well, he's
a
still
trial.
making money on the free ones.
Yeah, and he addressed that too. You know, he was like, "Hey, I'll dial down that frequency of ads just to kind of appease everybody,"
Which is fair.
Yeah,
Like
I
most people
totally
who
get it.
get free shit, they don't expect it to come without ads.
yeah.
You know?
I mean, it's kind of has to these days. Advertising pays for everything around the world, so, which is you know why you probably got some ads just a few minutes ago on our video, for example, unless you have premium or whatever. But
Yep.
it's that's kind of the way of the world these days. It's advertisements or you pay for it. So either shut up and get it for free and have to wait a few seconds, or pay the big bucks of like $3.95 a month.
Yeah, but I also, I mean, I'm going to echo the same point, the same sentiment. I think you and I agree on. Still doesn't give you the grounds to fucking end somebody's career.
No, not at all.
Like,
Yeah. Unfortunately, we'll always have that vocal minority that will be as loud as they possibly can be to get what they want.
Yeah.
Because fuck everybody else.
yep. And when Elon successfully establishes interplanetary travel at a commercial rate, those motherfuckers are getting left behind.
We need a prisoner planet.
Hey, look, I hear Uranus looks awesome this time of year. So
Yeah, it does.
how you doing?
Freshly shaved in it.
Hey, yo. But I don't want to like ramble on this too long, because I think that there's a lot of layers that we can go down with this for sure. Much like any story, that you can always add layers as you go, because it's always going to spark a new question or a new debate or a new topic.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the overall spectrum here, the answer to the overall spectrum, I should say, is that we don't need to cancel people just because they want to go and create shit.
Yep.
It's that simple, really. Like, for me, for example, something I love to do that I would love to get into, that I've been aspiring to do this for a while. I would genuinely love to get into full-time like photography and videography, but not in the same sense of like, well, I'm going to go film someone's wedding. Like, I want to get into a commercial like level of photography and videography where I can build my own studio. And that's something I've aspired to do ever since I started creating content. This is back, pre-2020 even, when I started even learning about audio and video equipment. You even remember back when we were teenagers and I was like always infatuated with audio equipment and like, how the fuck does this work?
Yeah.
Like I have wanted to do that for such a long time. but I'm not going to try and carbon copy it and become like just like everybody else. I want to innovate to make it better. I want to find ways to make my product better. What sets me aside from everybody else? I think that should be the case for anyone. If you go into this with the mindset as an entrepreneur that you're just trying to carbon copy someone else to put your name on it and slap your name sticker on it and smack it on the ass on the way out the door, that's not how you do it. Like, there needs to be some level of innovation to set you aside from everyone else. And bringing it back to that comment I was talking about, same thing with us. I think what sets you and I aside here, especially with the things that you and I have coming down the pike, because spoiler alert, I'm not going to say exactly what it is, but he and I have been working diligently on some things for y'all. And I'm really excited to release them with him. Like, I'm really excited for us to actually show you all what we've been doing. Yeah. But it brings back to that comment, what sets us aside from everyone else? What sets us aside from all the other podcasts? A few things, really. I think one, when it comes to the innovation of what we do, we are consistently evolving for prime example, edits. We're always evolving to make sure that the edits look more premium and clean for the viewer and not just some static layout. You know, we're always evolving that. We're always evolving on how we do our social media. We're always trying to establish something that we can set aside for ourselves away from everyone else. Yeah, we're a podcast of two dudes talking about random shit every single week. Yes, we read Reddit stories. Okay, yeah, there's many of other channels who do that. But when you take into account personality, professionalism, ingenuity, innovation, I think we set ourselves aside. We see a bunch of comments coming through, and I know you've seen them as well, and we greatly appreciate them, where people are like, how do you not have more subs? We don't fucking know. Talk to YouTube about it. But that doesn't mean we're going to stop doing what we love to do. We're still going to continue to innovate. We're going to still continue to, push the envelope further and further and communicate with one another on what can we do to make this show better and better and better for the viewer. Yeah. And I think that's where people get lost. And the ones who don't get lost are going to be very successful in the long term. Yeah. I don't see MKBHD getting fucking canceled for anything. I think a lot of people are going to be on the soapbox really pissed off that he didn't. But
no, this, at the end of the day, this is going to boil down to, he already tweeted his response. He'll update the people that actually care about it as to the next steps. But, people are just going to go on there to bitch just because. So, he's not going to let it go past that. Eventually, it's going to die out. They'll find something else to complain about. And complaining over charging less than $5 a month for an app, it's pretty low overall as to things that you should be mad about or that you could be mad about, So, yeah, at the end of the day, I guess my final closing remarks is, be better. Honestly, but we know that's never going to happen. Not now, at least.
I would like to say this to the people who are also watching. I forget it myself sometimes. And I allow the internet to entice me into areas I don't want to go. Oh. Remember, there's a block button for a reason. Yep. Does it erase them from the earth? No. Nope. But does it erase them from you having to see anything they say? Absolutely.
Erases them from your universe, which is all that matters. Be the Thanos of your own universe.
I was like, we all live in your universe, where it's just yours. But no, remember that you actually control social media to some degree for what your eyeballs see. Yep. You're not stuck to seeing stuff you don't want. And when it comes to people who are trying to be those loud voices on soapboxes, don't give them a fucking platform to speak on anymore. Block them. The less people who fucking listen, because especially if you follow MKBHD like you and I have, where we know he's not a shitty human being, like at least for content wise, he's not a shitty human being. I don't know him behind closed doors. I'm not going to speak on his personal integrity. I don't know that. Yeah. But when it comes as a creator, never once have I seen this man do anything wrong to himself, the people around him, or his community. So why do I have a reason to even hate what he's doing now? Yep. So what's the proper answer? The people who are trying to get him fucked over, block him.
Fuck him.
the less room The smaller the room they have to scream in, the less people will hear them. I'm just saying, like,
Yeah, it's a good point.
so.
Yeah.
But I think that's it on this one.
I
And
think so.
I'm also going to cap it by saying, I speak for myself. Sam, you can agree or disagree. I am so fucking excited for the shit we're about to be dropping soon.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's gonna be dope. Yeah.
We have been working so fucking hard on this, and I think this is like the first time we've actually teased it for all of you out there. So
I think we teased the teaser before.
you know what I'm most excited about?
What's that?
The one.
The one.
The pose.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yep.
Can't wait for y'all to
Excited's a
see
word.
that. But as always, subscribe to the channel. We greatly appreciate all you lousy listeners out there. Like the video. Let us know in the comments what you think. You know, do you feel like we're pretty valid in what we've said so far? Or do you think that we're completely off the mark? We do read them, and we love hearing from you. So let us know all your mail takes and contrarian thoughts, and we'll see y'all on Thursday.
Bye.
Bye.